Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hi, my name is Gbemi Abiola, welcome. So today I am going to be doing a first impression / review of the brand new Urban Decay Naked Wild West palette. You probably have the same thoughts running through your head right now, and that is, Urban Decay, do we really need another naked palette? This is kind of like a dead horse, no longer a dead horse, like this dead horse has been bones kind of thing, and you're still beating on these dry bones. So but yeah, they have another naked palette. I don't even know how many we have now. We have the original 3: Heat, Smoky, Cherry, Honey. When I saw that they were coming out with this, I was like, yeah, no, I am not gonna grab it. But then when I saw the teals, and if you guys know, teal is what gets me. I love a good teal shadow. I was like, the two teals are drawing me in, and I already know this is already a basic neutral palette, but the two teals are drawing me in. Two colors are not gonna be like absolutely necessary for me to buy this. But Urban Decay did send me this in PR to try, so thank you, Urban Decay. Before we get into this video, I'd really appreciate it if you would like, comment, and subscribe to my channel down below. Please subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so you guys don't miss any future video uploads from me. I'm saying this because a lot of people have been telling me they have not been getting my video notifications, so make sure you have the notification bell set to all. If you're interested in seeing my thoughts on the new Urban Decay Naked Wild West palette, please keep on watching, and if you're not, please stop right here. It's not worth your time and effort. So the Urban Decay Naked Wild West palette. Urban Decay did send this out to me in PR, so thank you, Urban Decay. So I'm just gonna read the description of the palette. So it's called The Best in the West. It's 100% vegan. It's desert-inspired neutrals. The Naked Wild West eyeshadow palette. Stir up some trouble with a dreamy lineup of 12 all-vegan shades inspired by endless sand dunes, evergreen succulents, and glittering night skies. A vegan formula will ride for, packed with extra creamy matte shimmers and metallics in our iconic velvety ultra blendable naked eyeshadow formula. This palette's the best in the West. The most wanted shades, like our climate's widely extreme temperatures, our palette includes both sizzling warm and ultra cool looking tones. If you want like a good like mix of a little bit of color, warm neutrals and cool neutrals, you will get that out of this palette. The palette is $49, and you can get it at Sephora, I think now, and maybe Ulta, not too sure, but it is out now in stores if you want to pick it up. Got 12 eyeshadows in here at 0.95 grams per shadow or 0.03 ounces of product per pan, as well as a dual-ended eyeshadow brush, which has a shader brush on one side and like a blending brush on the other side. I usually don't use Urban Decay's brushes for eyeshadows. I like them for cream shadows, so I will not be using this brush in the video today. Yeah, so in this palette you get 8 mattes and 4 shimmers, which is very different from Urban Decay's normal palettes. Usually their palettes are very shimmer heavy, 8 or 9 shimmers and then 3 mattes, but this one is more matte heavy, which I really like that they're going more matte heavy for this palette, so I really appreciate that. I will throw up swatches on the side of the screen, just arm swatches with all the shades labeled so you guys can see. I'm gonna zoom you guys into my face so we can get into this eyeshadow demo. We have zoomed in into my face. Let's get started on this look. I'm gonna first use a black eyeliner pencil. I figured I wanted this look to be kind of smoky-ish, but not really smoky. I'll just play along and I'll just go along and see what I want to do. So I'm just gonna take this black eyeliner pencil. This is Cosmetics Blindfold. This is actually their black lip liner. Whoa, sorry. But it still works the same. I'm just gonna take this and then just run this on my lash line. Not being like necessarily neat with this because I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm gonna go in with the brush. I said I wasn't gonna use this, but this is like kind of like a cream product, and I'm gonna just start smudging that out. Just alternating, just applying, and then smudging. So on a tapered blending brush, I'm gonna go into this shade, this matte teal shade called Tex. And I'm just gonna start running this just on the outer corner. Kind of packing this too and sweeping it. See my crease. Also, I'm taking Tex and I'm just gonna go right here and just start adding it. I'm just adding a little bit because, of course, I'm gonna blend this out later in colors. But I'm trying to do something different than what I normally do because I feel like I can do so many things with the palette. So now I'm gonna go into this brown shade right here. This shade is called Whiskey. And I'm just gonna blend out harsh lines. Ooh, that is a lot darker than I thought it would be compared to the arm. But I'm just gonna blend out the edge of Tex a little bit. It pulls warmer brown like in the pan, but it's kind of like a neutral cool brown on the eye. Next I'm gonna go into this like orange shade. This shade is called Ghost Town. This one right here. This one. I'm gonna take the shade Ghost Town and just kind of like blend above where I put Whiskey down. Try not to like get it close to Tex because when you mix like something that's like blue with blue or like blue green with orange, it's gonna just turn brown. So I'm trying not to have it turn brown on me. I'm trying to like keep them very separate. And I'm just gonna just introduce Tex in without adding any more product to my brush. Next I'm gonna go into the shade called Rustler. This is a gorgeous bronze shade. I'm gonna go into Rustler and then just apply that in the center of my lid. Look how pretty that is. Take that in the center of my lid and up a little bit. That's really pretty. And like I barely tapped my brush in it and it's already showing this insane color payoff. Wow. So now I am going to go into this gold shade called Hold'em. I'm just gonna take that shade and I'm just gonna pop it right next to Rustler. I'm not taking it all the way in because I don't want it to be all the way in. I have another shade I want to use. Just gonna plop it right next to Hustler and then just kind of like feather them both together. Blend them. Go in with a smaller blending brush. This is a Rougher 13 brush. I'm gonna go back into Tex and I'm just gonna smudge that back on my upper lash line because I felt I lost it once I put the shimmers on. So I'm just gonna smudge that back on. Also, I'm gonna take text right up in here and then just blend the edge of Hold 'em. Besides the stoned palette, that's the only other palette that has had this level of blendability lately. And the Born to Run palettes. I'm liking this formula. So if they did a formula change, Urban Decay, if you're listening, if you had a formula change, please keep it, because I'm having zero problems blending these colors, building them up, and I'm not even like using them like super intense, but if I really wanted to, I could. So I'll keep this formula, please. So now I'm gonna just highlight my inner corner with this teal shimmer shade. This shade is called Bud. I'm just gonna plop that right in here. Guess kind of fade it up into text and kind of like fade it into Hold 'em. Alright guys, so I'm just gonna do some eyeliner, a little bit of eyeliner. This is Melt Slate Gel Liner. They just recently came out with. I'm just gonna kind of like tightline a little bit with this. I can still see some gaps where I smudged the shadow. So I'm gonna line my waterline now. For that, I'm gonna use the Melt liner in the shade 420. So line my waterline. I'm gonna go back into the shade Text and run that over the 420 liner. Just to set it and just kind of blow it out a little bit. I'm gonna go back into Ghost Town, this warm brown color. I'm gonna mix it in with a little bit of whiskey and just run right beneath that Text teal shade. Okay guys, so my eyeshadow is finished. I'm gonna quickly hop off, do my mascara and lashes, and finish up with my lips, and then we can get into my final thoughts of the palette. Okay guys, so this is the finished look on my face after I've put lashes and lips on. So I'm just gonna read any other information that you need to know. It's a vegan eyeshadow palette, 12 desert inspired neutrals from peach to bronze to blue, green, and turquoise. This product is vegan and cruelty free. So for those people who were not sure if it was vegan or cruelty free, it is vegan and cruelty free. Yeah, I basically told you how much is in the palette, how much product you get in the palette. Price is $49. And yeah, that's basically it. Thoughts on the Naked Wild West palette. Okay, I didn't have any issues when it came to this palette. Like, colors applied beautifully, they blended beautifully. Normally, I never had like this level of like ease with the Naked palette. I haven't had it in years before they reformulated like the old ones. Like I had 1, 2, and 3 before like they switched up and redid them. I haven't had like a good like blendable Naked palette in forever. Heat, I know I reviewed Heat like years ago when it first came out. I didn't like Heat because it ended up hard panning. But this one, I did not have any issues creating this look. They blended well. They didn't really muddy on my face. Like, I'm really digging this look. Obviously, it is your traditional eyeshadow palette with like 2 pops of teal and you got an orange in there. So this palette will suit like both neutral lovers and color lovers. Like, if you want to dip your toe in a little bit of color, this palette is for you. I would not use these 3 shades right over here, these 3 light matte shades. They just be straight ash on me. Like every time I use one of like these light brown beige shades from Urban Decay, they're just always straight ash. But I can use the other 9 shades. So from the gold this way, I can use all those other shades perfectly fine. I wish they just don't include these all the time in their naked palettes. Like, it's repetitive. I don't need to have these shades all the time. And besides that complaint, I didn't have issues with this look. I love this look. It's really, really pretty. I wanted it to like focus more on the teals, obviously, as you can see, but I had no issues like blending or anything. Like, softness and blendability is the same level as the Stoned palette. And I heard Born to Run is like a similar formula type. So I'm thinking, did Urban Decay change their formulas recently? Because like this one was good, this one was good. Ultraviolet was not great, but we all know it's very hard to formulate purples. But I'm very pleased with it. I think it's like the most interesting naked palette up to date, the most workable palette. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and enjoyed this look. Let me know if you're gonna be picking up this palette as well. Like I said, it's a good mix of warm and cool shades, and you get some color in here as well. Don't forget to follow me on my social media. My Instagram and Twitter are at @BemsAbiola. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful day wherever you are, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.